Yo, it's been a while. Actually, maybe not too long, maybe it's been a while. Whatever. So, it's been a while. There you go. I started with this shit again. But I haven't made an update in a while, and I have no fucking clue what's up with this situation. Lots of planning, but way too many things going on again. So, the situation's a bit confusing. I mean, frankly, let me just turn off this extra set of light just like before. Turning it. Okay, perfect. The situation is a bit of a pain in the ass. I mean, okay, first and foremost, still stuck at the same place. No answer when it comes to drawing jobs. Been applying all over Canada, now branching off into US applications, and nothing. Nada. I do have a couple of freelancing contracts here and there, but nothing to consistently draw all the time. So, something's gonna have to give. And I'm truly looking into just fucking working as a freelancer, but at the same time doing my own or creating my own type of work. Either having something to do with Extra Stage Comic, and I really want to finish it. So it's gonna either have something to do with that, get a hosting service, and then try to live off or have a bit of ads revenue or ads income. I'm strongly looking into Patreon, mostly because I want to give back, and it'll give me an extra incentive to make extra content for whoever is going to subscribe on Patreon. So, biggest example right now, whoever's only watching the comic online on DeviantArt or the Blogspot, which I will update eventually, um, whoever's watching it there is not getting the extra content that is inside the book, like the Q&A session, the extra story, the concept art. So I'll have to do more of that for Patreon subscribers. Live stream sessions, I'm getting a bit faster at replying. It went from a month to a week or 2 weeks. It's so the replying is getting a bit faster, trying to be a bit more interactive, but I really feel like I spread myself thin, like on each and try to go on each and every site, and frankly, that doesn't work that well. Basically gonna have to zone in on my favorite sites and the ones I'm most active in, because I can't just fling everything around. I gotta be much more concentrated. So DeviantArt is still gonna remain active, but it's not a main hub. Tumblr, definitely main hub. Blogspot, definitely there. CG Hub died. Whoever doesn't know, CG Hub just keeled over and died. I don't know the full story, but the website is down. So CG Hub scratched out. Behance is another good place. I'm trying to update as much as I can with portfolio type material. Portfolio has always been a big pain in my ass, mostly because each and every studio is asking for different things, and at this point, fuck them. I can't be jack of all trade and master of none. So if I can't meet your requirements, then too bad. But I can't spread myself thin, and especially when it comes to portfolio pieces, I can do multiple things, but the biggest note I keep getting for portfolio creating is just to do what you do your best, show your best. And even though I could technically pop in, let's say, ooh, let's make a full colored animation portfolio, or let's make a full colored illustration portfolio and then spend months and weeks on that. That's not the best course of action right now. Because frankly, if I spend, and this is the breakdown logic I've been told, which actually makes a lot of sense. If I spend, let's say, 2 months making an illustration portfolio, then that's 2 months I've given to a potential venue. And at this point, I'm not really in the state to wait any longer for potential venues. I mean, frankly, like I said previous times, trying to impress, trying to impress that big top tier whoever, and going out of my habits or all that to impress some top tier businessman for some fucking company. At this point, fuck them. I'm done with this. I can't be someone else artwork wise just to impress. At this point, I should just fucking focus on what I do, constantly improve it, of course, learning and such, other things, and of course, there's going to be the occasional, let's say, attempting to do speed painting number 25 and all that. But if it's not what I do, if it's not what I'm really good at, then at this point, I shouldn't try to force myself into it to impress others. So that's where this whole force yourself to do give yourself 2 months to do a portfolio with a specific target demographic, that just, it's a scrap. It's been explained to me multiple times, and it's something that I keep remembering not to do. So this just gives me one option. I mean, I'm going to continue the application fest. That's nonstop. Why not? But I'm at the point where I might as well just start creating shit and just do it. And it is going to be fucking rough. It's going to be rough as hell because, frankly, I'd say I continue Extra Stage Comic, then all this publishing is coming out of my pocket, as it always did, with no backup. So I don't know how I can pull this off, how everything's going to be pulled off. I'll need to just evaluate, especially when it comes to conventions, evaluate what sold in the previous year, evaluate what didn't, everything that's kept in scrap from the previous conventions, not reprinting them. That's, of course, if they didn't sell, then don't fucking reprint them. If they did sell, then you might as well, do some reprints, get them ready for the next convention, and that's about it. Having a much more precise game plan, because conventions are going to be a big aspect of that lifestyle. Just going from one convention to another, to another, to another. Hell, I can't wait to fucking fly. I can't wait to take those trips. It's gonna be hard, grueling, struggling, but I can't fucking wait to take those trips. And it kind of makes me wonder, how do people do, how do they do it, because right here, I'm in Montreal. So, based on that city, I only go on conventions in that city. At this point, it's much easier to travel, bring my luggages. I can keep a pack of prints and comics in a single portfolio and a bag. So how the would I go through the airport with these? Just a lot of things to think about. But at this point, why not? I want to get this drawing thing rolling. This current job and lifestyle that I've had for a long, long fucking time is not the optimal thing for what I want to do. I mean, it was an entry door a long fucking time ago, but the industry since then has changed. And this is where I completely get disillusioned, because The entry door right now is completely shut bolt. There's going to be an industry talk later on, but yeah, it's no longer a valid option, and it's no longer helping with what I want to do. So, time to change. Time to change. Leap out. You know, it's going to be taking risks, but fuck it, right? You only live once. So at this point, more activities on the Twitter feed, on the Facebook page. I need to update that way more often. More interaction with people, commissions. I get contracts, but now it's finding ways to get more contracts and to practice using those contracts. But that's what I usually do, you know. So, look, how do you acquire more commissions, right? I can draw. Nah, well, there has to be something. So, more commissions, more training, more practice, doing the convention hop does more to. It's gonna help more, much more, to get into the more drawing mood. So more is more. So more drawing, more practice, upgrade. You see that whole cycle of if I get into, let's say, a drawing habit or a drawing job, and I do it 24/7, quote unquote, then I get better. I get mileage. I start using a lot more references on the spot. And things just get better. You know, I get better. I give better quality to people. So we'll see what goes. This is a bit of a confusing whirlpool, but we'll see what goes, right? At the same time, extra shout out to Microsoft. Bit of a fuck you for your piece of shit for the Surface. Let me just zoom in on this. See this stylus? Already the buttons completely crapping out. And that's mostly because it's a magnetic button on the side. And of course you pull it. And eventually that shit pulls off. Now let me compare this with a Wacom pen, which, there you go, for a Wacom tablet. Big, bulky, has its weight, draws well. This, this kind of makes me wonder what the fuck was Microsoft doing. But then again, you could say the same thing about their Xbox One and multiple other internal business they've had. But I'm really hoping that other manufacturers are not making their materials to be cheap instead of making them to last. Because frankly, at this point, I wouldn't feel bad about getting their shit on discount or getting their shit secondhand. I mean, I personally support great quality products when it comes to video games and pencils and pads and types of paper. I mean, in animation paper wise, Ingress all the fucking way. I order that shit. Costs a lot and I have to do some overtime for it, but I fucking order that shit and I support cartoonsupply.com. But this thing, things like this little pen BS, where I think I'm gonna have to pay $29 or $25 to get a new one. Fuck you, Microsoft. Fuck you. Anyhow, I'm done. We'll see what goes. If you guys have any suggestions, comments, advice, go for it. I'm all ears. It's that time. Everything's got to give. No hold back. Oh yeah, also considering a Society 6 shop. Making maybe I shouldn't even dive into that small little project, but making some extra stage holiday cards. Why the fuck not? Besides, I get to draw at the same time because I draw them. I think I may have something for Easter. Funny enough, I did two things. I'm extending this shit for no reason. I did. First one was going to be a really quick Easter sketch. This is the type of Kahlua Easter drinks you need to get. I'm going to post this on DeviantArt in a few minutes, or it's already posted by the time you're seeing this. And then I'm making an official extra stage card. There's a Valentine one I started. I still need to finish by adding the fonts and maybe a couple of other special effects. And then the Easter one, there's going to be a comic book or a comic bubble to it. I'm not going to spoil what's going to be said, but it has to do with Easter and it has to do with video games. And then more things are going to pop up from that. Who knows? I'm going to do, tempted to do a 4th of July, but I'm not American, so I don't know if I can be or do such things. Could be a fun ideas. I mean, fuck it. At this point, run with the fun ideas. Whatever quips I get, I might be able to make a card out of it. Mostly for the lulz and because, good drawing practice, right? Make some holiday cards. Who knows what's next? Christmas? We'll see as the holiday goes. I know Mother's Day is something that just took me by surprise. May 11th, Mother's Day. Already? We just passed Easter. Fuck, man. Too soon. That was my reaction, you know. I didn't expect Mother's Day to be like so soon, but that already gets me prepped up. And the worst part is the month after is my mother's birthday, so it's like back to back. Gotta get shit ready back to back. But that's fun. It's things that in life you just get set up for it. Conventions, holidays, birthdays. Just realizing that shit is fucking funny. Okay. Well, I'm off. Time to get some shit ready, right? Gotta draw. While I conveniently lift my hand to press the stop button. Just draw.